Okay, back in the saddle. Now, this is going to be a good one, ladies and gentlemen. Now, all right, bam. So, now, I went and looked up. We're going to get back into the East and West thing. We're going to kind of blend this one in to that. Blend in what I did yesterday into this one. Now, dig this. When I finished making that last video, I went and looked up Philadelphia, right? Let me show y'all niggas something. Watch this. Shout out to my Philly niggas, man. To my niggas out in Philly, cause all they smoke is Phillies. Oh, backward guy. That's it. But so let's look at the definition of Philly. Brotherly love, loving as a brethren, love of brothers or sisters, fraternal love. All right. The church in Philadelphia was one of the 7 churches mentioned by John in Revelations. Philadelphia was a city of Lydia in Asia Minor. That's Revelations 3:7. Now here's the metaphysical breakdown of it. The love center is consciousness or love expressing brotherly love. The church in Philadelphia is the love faculty, or the assembly of love thoughts and consciousness that make up the love faculty. He who has the key of David, Revelation 3:7, is the I am. This I am in the highest aspect is Christ. It has more or less of the personal element in those who are not fully lifted. It has more or less of the personal element in those who are not fully lifted into the Christ consciousness. If the I am love thoughts or assembly are dominated by selfishness, they become the synagogues of Satan. Now, I'm trying to remember. I don't know if I stop right there. I don't know. I can't remember if I brought this up, but no, that's what I think I didn't. But I don't think I got around to it. But I was supposed to speak on. I was going to bring up the point of the Bible where it said those who are Jew, those who call themselves Jews but are not Jews, which are the synagogues of Satan. That's the part where I think Jesus told the Jews in the Bible, you are your father, who is the devil or whatever. Let's go back to the Charles Manson thing. When he sent somebody to kill somebody, and when the person got to the people that's going to kill, he told the dude told them he was the devil when he came to do the devil's work. So the motherfucker knew who he was. You should pop a bottle on him. I think he died November 17th. Yeah, you should pop a bottle. I think he died November 17, 27. Charles Manson, pop a bottle on his death date. See, I will. But the synagogues of Satan. In the same text, the statement, okay, it says, but I was saying, and then that's one aspect of it. Unrighteous people who proclaim to be, on one hand, you're like, okay, black people are the Jews, but then if you want to look at it from the standpoint of it being a spiritual system, it's supposed to be you're not supposed to be. It's supposed to inspire righteousness and harmony within you. as far as the spiritual system. For those who don't go according to that, what the fuck am I looking for? Are not truly Jews. They are the synagogue of Satan. Then you have other aspect where they say the Jew, those are the Jews, but those who claim to be Jews but are not Jews, goes back to the chakra system. The physical aspects of the chakra, the real, that would be the Jews that are not Jews, or Jews that are not Jews. The true Jews is the invisible chakra system, or the inner part of the chakra system, or whatever, the light aspect. Like, man, what the fuck that shit? Okay, there we go. So that would be like this right here. These are all hardened and petrified, or dead, or whatever. These would be the Jews that are not Jews. And we're taking it out of more context with that. We're just trying to show you the metaphysical things about it. When they become Jews, when the light comes down, when the sun comes down, and these are pushed up through it, and the light is activated, that's when they become Jews, because they shine. Or the Jew, that's when the real part of the potent part of the chakra is actually the light. So it's the light hidden, the hidden light that is the true Jew or jewel or whatnot. That's why you have to, you got chakras, but as long as they're not activated, then you ain't hitting them anymore. You raise them up, the Kundalini energy or raise the fire up through the 7 chakras to the pineal gland. That's when you activate and bring them online and make them just when they become the Jews or the Jewels or whatever you want to call them shit. Jews. But I'm saying it because I had it on my mind to bring up that phrase, the synagogue of Satan and the Jews who say they are not Jews. This is my first time reading Philadelphia in this book, if I'm not mistaken. But it's funny because when I cut the camera off yesterday? It was yesterday, whenever it was. When I cut the camera off, I said, let me look up Philadelphia. And so you know it, that's where it came up. I said, ain't that a bit? So synagogue of Satan, Revelation 3:9. In the same text, the statement, them that say they are Jews and they are not, means the selfish dominance of love that thinks itself to be the real thing, but that does not. And that's the boys in them. Take the mutual benefits guys, shit, or the music industry, or entertainment industry, which they run, or pull the strings in, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Look how they treat motherfuckers. Shitty deals and shenanigans bananas. I ain't a fan of neither. Shitty deals and shenanigans bananas. See, y'all gotta stop being fans of fuckboyism. There's a lot of fuckboyism going on. And I'm a fair dude, so I would say, like I always say, it's some cool, I'm willing to bet it's some of the people, you have some Jewish, at least entertainers who probably pretty cool guys and on up and up or whatever. Then you got some that are a piece of shit. You have to make the discernment. I don't hang with them and shit, so I don't know who what. I like to think of myself as a pretty good read of people. Could be wrong sometimes. I see some of them and I be like, well, he might be an iron guy, but then you just never know. But that's why I said I don't want to just be paint with too broad of a brush. But you have to really pay attention and stop and start holding these motherfuckers' feet to the fire especially these niggas, because one thing I don't respect is a nigga, my nigga, you want to be a part of the culture, or people that want to be a part of our culture, and act like niggas or do nigga shit, but then when it's time to be a nigga, you don't want to be a nigga. When it's time, when the motherfucker gets shot down in the street by the police unjustly, you don't have all of a sudden you been dancing and rapping and whatever the fuck you been doing, acting or whatever you been doing all in the motherfucking face, and oh yeah, me and my niggas, but then when it's time, when a nigga, some shit happen, you don't want to use your influence to wake people up. You the biggest thing since sliced bread and all this shit, but when some shit happen, you ain't got a voice to say, hey man, this is some fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. You should look at these niggas, especially black people. If niggas supposed to be black, you literally like, oh, come on, bro. So I don't give a fuck about these bitch ass niggas, man. So anyway, lack of love causes the trial that is coming up on the inhabited earth. From the synagogue of Satan comes strife, hatred, and warring thoughts. Out of the heart proceed evil thoughts. Out of, I guess it's supposed to, out of their hearts. But love will harmonize the warring conditions. You see, this word harmony is really, it's a recurring, it has a recurring role around it. Must harmonize. Love will harmonize the warring conditions in our own consciousness and all the earth. Harmony through love begins in the individual. Go back to what Big said. What was quoted? I don't know if he really said shit. And, the movie they did for him, which I'm not a fan of. And I didn't. And I guess we could segue into some East-West thing with that, but I'm gonna come back to this. But let me finish reading this first. Anyway, I'm go ahead and go with it. You can't change the world until you change yourself, or whatever. Which is true. He said that in the movie. I didn't like that movie though because it was like, I don't think Big had enough material. Well, I ain't gonna say that. Maybe it wasn't. For one, I didn't like. I think they should have cast. Don't get me wrong. Girl from 3LW. She's a good actor, but I think it wasn't giving Little Kim. They should have cast somebody else to play that part. If not Kim herself, but then again, Kim look different now than she did back then. Man, I'm just go ahead and say this, man. Listen, I love Kim. I ain't just want to disrespect Kim, but this is why you have to. We have to start having more self-love for each other and stop. I think with Big, that thing with Big, and I'm not putting it on Faith or Charlie Baltimore, but I think by him, like, him dealing with them, but at the same time dealing with Kim, I think that kind of, I think she's spoken this before, I think that kind of, kind of made her feel like she needed to change her features and lighten up and all this stuff or whatever. Now I'm gonna tell you an experience I had when I watched She's All That for the first time. I mean, go ahead and be honest with you, I cried, bro, because when I saw Kim in the movie, I didn't recognize her, and I can't remember if I think it took me a minute. I think it took me a minute to recognize. I think I've seen it and didn't catch it to the credits roll and had to go back and like, what the hell is Lil Kim? But or I caught it a little later. I can't remember. All I know when I first saw it, like the first scene I seen, I think she got like 1 or 2 scenes when I first saw her. I didn't recognize her. And then when I finally snapped it, it was. No, I think I did. I didn't recognize it till the second time I saw it. It was something like that. But then when I finally caught on it was Kim, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I started crying, my nigga, because I was like, damn, man, she should have. Not saying she don't look good now, but I'm like, man, I think like I didn't recognize, because I'm so used to seeing her how she is now. I didn't recognize her when I first saw her in the original way, which was the original Lil Kim, or the way she looked before she had the surgery with her. But it's been so long since she had the surgery with her. When I think of Lil Kim now, I think of how she look now. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. That shit touched me, man. Cause pause. Cause I was like, I started thinking like, damn. I was like, man, she should have did that. She looked better. She looked good now, but she looked better when she was the original way she looked. That's the look. I was like, man, it was damn like. I started, when I started thinking about how the pressures of, and then colorism, we black people got a background thinking light skin is better and all this shit, which is not the case. We come in all shades and shit. That's why I tell niggas I ain't never color struck. You can be shit high yellow, black as 1,000 midnights, and I don't got no color preference, but and we shouldn't have that. Now everybody got, don't get me wrong, everybody got their own thing. So some people just like, maybe you just like high yellow girls, and that's cool too. But if you like high yellow girls to the point of where it blinds you to the fact that there are other beautiful types, because some niggas like that. I'm telling you, these niggas, I haven't heard in somebody's own mouth. The extreme version of what I'm saying, these niggas was like, I don't fuck with black girls. If it ain't white, if it ain't snowing, it ain't going. I'm like, bro, white girls is your thing, that's cool, it's your preference. But you mean to tell me you just totally box out black girls? And you got the other version of it, I only fuck with high yellow girls and all this shit. Nah, that's all dumb. And I'm like, bro, you niggas limit, for one, if you trying to find somebody you gonna be with and shit, you need not limit yourself via color. Because you need everything. This shit's so fucked up. You need to search everywhere. You trying to find a good person, you just trying to, once, if this is the thing, and the yellow girl is on this side, the dark girl, you boxing yourself right here, you just made it harder. You need the whole spectrum. Because this shit is, this shit is, you need to, that makes, you want to make the search easier for the shit that really matters. You need to be looking at everything. Because one fucking, you stuck in one spot. It's like, anyway. But, and I ain't saying this to evoke no type of negative emotion in Kim. I don't want her to see this shit and start crying or some shit like that. But I'm saying, when I saw this shit, bro, when I snapped that it was Kim, the fact that I didn't recognize her fucked me up, bro. And then it kind of touched me, because I was like, damn, bro, that colorism shit. That shit has a fucked up effect on us, man. And I think she's actually spoken that before. I think she actually said that that big, messing with Charlie and Faith or whatever, kind of made her gave her an inferiority complex or something like that, or made her feel like she didn't look beautiful enough. Well, nigga, we love, that's what I'm saying, but at the same time, you have to remember who you are. You have to remember, I was the fucking catch me out, you had to remember you was the catch me out when you stood with the goddamn leopard panties on and had every nigga around and all that goddamn Kim. Period. After that, just be you. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to do all that shit, man. But I'm not trying to scold her. I'm just saying. I'm not just talking to her. I'm saying this because I want to say this to all of her, especially these days with BBL shit going on. You know, all this shit, man. Be yourself, man. Do what you want to do. You want to get hands and shit, whatever. Whatever come with that, though, you gotta deal with that shit. That's like I was talking to my kid for the other day, and the nigga was like, man, they say them BBLs be stinking and shit. I was like, really? Well, I heard it before, but he said, man, you think about it. He said, man, think about it though. And my nephew, he like, think about it. He said, man, it is just dead flesh. They moving one part of the shit to the other, one part of the body, flesh from one part of the body to the other. He said, they just walking around with like dead flesh in it. But I was like, you know what, bro, I never really thought about it like that. But you got a point. So yeah, man. And now that shit ain't even us anyway, bro. When we was growing up, nigga, that was white people shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. No, sorry, white people. That was white people shit. All that cutting up on yourself and whoop and that's why people took issue with Mike and shit when he done it. Whatever. Like, oh man, like I said, for whatever reasons, I never looked at Mike like he was weird or no shit like that. But that nigga Bobby said some real shit. That nigga say, man, Mike ain't no. He say Mike, what he did, with his face and all that. Now the vitiligo thing. Some people like, oh, he was just trying to be white. I like, no, I believe the vitiligo story. I think he didn't want some spot. He didn't want to be like, he wanted to even this shit out of some shit. But I think they kind of manipulated him with that shit too. I think it was a better way to do that without having to. But anyway, I told you the spiritual shit with that shit too. That's like the fucking moon and shit. It's the whole thing. Go watch The Sword and the Shield. You'll see what I'm talking about. But that's some other page though. Starface. I be getting these all mixed up. This is Starface. I think the other one is Starface Spaceship. Starface Spaceship, Starface something. It's one of the two. Whatever the opposite of this one, whatever this one is, I know it's ridiculous. I'm just straight to the point type of guy. I make the video, upload and shit. I don't get all in the. I fucked up and shit, but yeah. Shit, that's a fucking shame. But anyway, but that nigga Bobby said, that nigga said, man, Michael Jackson, they no crazier than you motherfuckers would be if you had type of money he had. You niggas be walking around having robot arms and shit. I got me some robot arms. I'm like Jax. Like fucking weirdo. Then I would look at that nigga like a weirdo. With Mike, I don't know. It's just so I guess that nigga was that kind of all this shit. People make the jokes. We listen to the jokes and shit. But that's for personally me. I never just really looked at him like this nigga tripping or no shit like that. I don't know why. I don't know. But we'll just take it back to Kim. I'm not knocking with. I'm just saying when I saw that, it invoked that. It made me think about. I can't remember what she said. I don't know if it was on a radio interview, but she said the pressures of not feeling pretty as the light skinned girl or something like that, or some of that nature. I don't want to put words in her mouth. So when I saw that, by me being an empathetic person and having that a sense of oneness with everybody, especially my people and shit, like who I know go through those type of things, they ain't feel like they ain't light enough and whoop and all slim from slavery and all this shit, a bunch of malarkey that we've been through. Yeah, that shit kind of, I cried, I ain't gonna lie, nigga. I was like, man, bro, that's the type of nigga I am. And I ain't saying it to brag about. I'm just saying that's the type of nigga you dealing with when you dealing with me. That type of shit happens. No fake tears and shit. When I start thinking about it, I say, damn. And but shout out to Kill, man. I ain't trying to. Message to that is basically me saying, y'all gotta learn how to love yourself. Like I said, you want to get enhancements and all that shit. Hey, man, it's your life, but I wouldn't, brother. I think that should be. I think that trend should I think they should let that trend go, man, because it's, then you're hearing, like I say, this thing with the older shit. I don't know how true that is. I ain't never had a baby BBL girl or whatever, but they saying the shit with the older shit. Then you got the health problems that came with it. Motherfuckers had to go get shit taken out and complications. Like, it ain't worth it, man. Trust me, it ain't worth it, man. At least in my opinion, if I could speak on it and try to sway somebody to go in the right direction in regards to that subject, I wouldn't recommend that. Little booties matter too. Trust me. I be some girl, they might have had a bigger butt. When them pants come down, it looks, it's just as good. You gotta, yeah, suck and slam. But yeah, I was had a vision. Sorry, but yeah, man. But yeah, shout out to Kim, man. Y'all love yourself, man. I know that shit sounds cliche or I don't want to. I know it's there. You hit it up. Love yourself, love yourself, but no, really do. Love. Love yourself, man. Don't. They say do what you want to do, but fucking with that knife, man. So yeah, but yeah, the movie though, the big movie, I think, I don't think they had enough material. But then again, I don't know, man. It was just something about it I didn't like, man. Love Big though, I just didn't like that movie. Pac shit was, it was alright. It was better than I thought it was gonna be, but I didn't like the fucking bullshit that was around it, when it was bringing a movie out. There was a bunch of the niggas who's involved in making the movie. These niggas didn't like the nigga and shit. It was a bunch of weird shit, and that's another thing I don't cut for either. There's a lot of niggas, man. Look, bro, the man is passed on, bro. He's made the transition, bro. And you niggas still out here fighting about money that you didn't get from his shit that you did and all that shit. Man, that's some shit you kind of just think, bro, or at least do this shit quietly, man. And I got love for you, bro, but come on, man. The man gone, bro. And you sitting out this ragging out. I need my royalties and all this old dumb shit, man. This man got a family. They looking at man, my people. This nigga got people still alive, bro. They looking like, bro, we got already dealing with the fact that he went through this shit. And when you got these niggas jumping out, y'all already got a million niggas making a fuck. The nigga said the shit was gonna happen, bro. That nigga said, man, he said when he died, it was gonna be motherfuckers who didn't even like him writing books on him and shit. And you see a million video. And I'm not saying you guys on YouTube shouldn't talk about it. It's a hot. Everybody wanna have a chime in and shit. Whoop, whoop. But bro, I'm like, come on, man. No, my royalties and all this old shit. I'm like, come on, man. Some shit you just gotta. Come on, bro. Really, my nigga. This shit is getting ridiculous, bro. It's bad. I said it's bad enough. You got a nigga, and I'm not saying everybody that's. You got a million different fucking Pac channels, Pac this, Pac. This is my opinion. And whatnot. You got a million different DVDs and videos and East versus West and the Pac and Biggie conspiracy. And man, come on, man. Cut the fucking dope shit. So when is this shit gonna stop, bro? Like, how far y'all gonna squeeze? How much of y'all gonna squeeze out of this shit, bro? I don't even pay attention. Now when I see shit, niggas videos and shit, the packing out. I know this stuff. I got my own theories and shit. Fuck this shit. It's getting ridiculous, man. But that nigga said this shit is gonna happen, bro. And now one thing I hate is to see it. And I'm not knocking people that are doing it. But I still chime in and shit, look at a couple shit. I'm exaggerating. I still look and shit and, see what type of shit niggas had going on. But I pretty much, I said, man, the key shit, I figured that shit out 2002 and shit. This other shit is just, really, I think they spinning niggas all this new shit. Well, John Ackerman was the what the fuck John Ackerman? He was the secret driver, but he was in the back seat. They had a secret compartment. He was in the back. He jumped out and all this. This shit is getting stupid, bro. That's an exaggeration of all this extra shit you niggas putting in the game. Like I'm like, man, well you know, the Dweller brothers was in the corner smoking a cigarette. So what that supposed to mean? Well, you know, they were smoking that cigarette. Yeah? Yeah, you know, you gotta watch that. Shut the fuck up. That's dumb shit, man. This is how it looks. That's the exaggerated, but this is how this is starting to look. Well, you know, they had a nigga on the roof with a walkie-talkie talking. You know, he's cherry pie now. What the fuck is ever doing anything, bro? These niggas, this shit is getting ridiculous, bro. These niggas will not let this shit go, bro. Let this shit, how long we gonna keep seeing all this shit, bro? Like, them niggas will not let it go. That shit is crazy, man. These niggas, man, I can go home for days. And I'm like, like I said, what really burns me up is when I see motherfuckers that didn't like the nigga. Like I said with that movie, I can't remember the details of when the shit came. Cause when the shit came out, I remember when it came out. At first, Pac had to tell me to watch the fucking movie. I wasn't gonna watch it. It was so many bullshit niggas around that shit, and niggas you starting to find out well, this nigga's gonna work with. This nigga's producing the movie. He don't like the nigga. He didn't like Pac, or they had something. I'm like, I don't like that shit, bro. I don't like fuckboyism. I'm not a fan of that. Yeah, I don't like it, bro. But the nigga told I went ahead and watched it. Okay, it was alright. It's cool. It ain't gonna never be off the chain of me. I was alive when this shit happened. That shit is for these kids and shit or whatever they wasn't around. I got my own movie for that shit happened or whatever. So yeah, but yeah, man. But I think they didn't have. I just kind of get a feeling. I ain't gonna even say that. I've always wanted to say they didn't have enough to go on. But I wouldn't even say that much. Cause when I think about his career and shit, yeah, I'm tripping with that. Because the man, you know, you could just take you can take the key shit with him and Pac and all that shit and all that, whatever. And then add little things, talk to the junior mafia and shit, add little shit from here and there, pieces and bits and pieces. And so I ain't gonna say one another. Maybe it wasn't well put together. It was just something I didn't like about this shit. Like I said, I agree with Kim. I think, I don't know if she wanted to play the part or she felt somebody else should have played the part. I think, I can't remember the shawty's name, but the Chicken 3LW is a good actor, don't get me wrong. But, I just think that she didn't look like, she don't look like Little Kim to me. That's just my take on it. I think somebody else should have played that part. They probably should have found somebody that was cause she was a singer. They should probably find somebody that was like a real rapper or something. I don't know, but I don't know, man. I just didn't. I love Big though, but I ain't like that movie. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I didn't like that. I bought the shit. That's one of the first things I did when I came home. I woke up when I got out of jail. I bought the movie. I watched that shit one time, but never watched it again. I probably seen it a few more times when it came on cable or some shit like that. But as far as why I put the DVD, I had no desire to watch that movie again. Don't really have no desire to watch the Pac shit. Even though because like I say, man, there's so many niggas who didn't like these niggas and really fronting this shit. I don't know, man. It's a lot of bullshit going on though. But let me get back to this here though, man. But I cried though, man. I was like, damn, bro. I started thinking about what the pressures that would push her to try to make herself look a little lighter and look a little more, I guess you would say, Caucasian-ish, more like a Caucasian or something like that, or more light skin or something. And I had a moment, man. I ain't gonna lie. Because I love black women, man. I love women, period. I'm a real gallant type of guy. That's G-A-L-A-N-T. I look this shit up. But, but I put the emphasis on the black women because they are the ones who, but all women do, but we have a history of being pressured into feeling like, and who knows, maybe there was a little bit of that with Mike. I don't know, because I don't know what happened, the impact of. You gotta understand, he's older than me, so when he was a kid growing up, you growing up in a world where everything is better for white people. Who knows whether he was thinking it, whether he was thinking it consciously or in his subconscious. Who's to say that? Or how much of the blame could you put on somebody for feeling like that when you're living in a world where everything is set up to where it's better for white people? You know, if you go out here like this, if you go to school, well, let's just say you go to jail or some shit, and these niggas got on orange bands, and these niggas got on green bands, and you sitting to see what band they gonna give you, but you noticing all the niggas in orange bands living better than the niggas with the green bands, or the niggas with the green bands living better. You gonna want whatever goddamn band, motherfuckers who's living the best in this motherfucker. Now that's an extreme version of what I'm saying, but on a subconscious level. That's why we had to start saying we black and we proud, black and proud, black pop, black pride, black. We had to build that shit, because slavery broke us all the way down. This is post-slavery. Pre-slavery and shit fucked us all the way up. You had motherfuckers that really just didn't give a fuck about being a nigga. That's called house niggas and shit. So we had to come out of the muckety muck of this, you know, having them type of niggas who didn't even consider themselves. Well, you got niggas as black as midnight, you know, in those days. You know, so I had to that type of shit you have to factor in. Now, like, my generation was a little bit different. By the time I came into the world, shit, nigga, it was still easier for white folks, but I come into the world where niggas had developed to a cool. It was cool to be a nigga. And by the time I came, shit, you had white people trying to be niggas and shit. So it's, you know, you get what I'm saying. So even if that was the case, it's like, cut them up for a little slack sometimes. That's what being one with each other is about. Trying to, even if they do something that you don't necessarily agree with, try to understand where they're coming from. So maybe, who knows, you can change the shit. But if you just sit there criticizing and bashing the motherfucker, you ain't gonna change shit. You just gonna be a nigga bashing, criticizing, fucking. Anyway, I'm getting off the fucking subject anyway. So let me, but anyway, but he says, the name of my God is love. God is love. Love. That's why I'm trying to tell y'all, God. Got the perfect segue for your motherfucker. Man, we'll get to this shit right now. Okay, look. Now, we say God is love. But what is God? But first and foremost, God is the word God really comes from the word G-A-D. I can't remember what, I always forget to look this shit up. But that comes from, I forgot what, I think it's in Kemet too, but God just means fortune. G-A-D. That's the Gad, God. Or abundance, prosperity. Same thing Heru symbolizes. Or Lakshmi in India, and, you know, so on and so forth. But to take it a step further, when you think about God, it's the oneness. God is love. Love is a unifying force that, this is my definition. I gave you niggas this shit 10 years ago, or close to 10 years ago. And I told niggas, this is my way I broke down love. I know shit I read no fucking book nowhere. Me, just love is a unifying force that make two things that are seemingly separate. That makes the it makes two things that are seemingly separate, or put it like this: love is a unifying force that makes two or one or more things that are seemingly make the oneness or the togetherness of one or more things that are seemingly separate clearer or obvious or brings it to your attention or whatever. So you love somebody, something happened to you personally, and it affects you a certain way, you might cry. Now, something can happen to somebody you don't know, and you're not connected to them like that, or you are connected, but you're not. By you not having a personal relationship with them, your connection to them isn't as strong as it is with somebody that you actually know. So when something happens to somebody you know, you might cry for them the same way you would cry for yourself, because y'all are one through that what? Well, look at this shit. I ain't fucking around with y'all niggas. Look, remember what I told you about? I think about 2 videos ago when I told y'all about the being the I forgot what I was speaking on, but I was saying how is the holy word, right? And it connects us all because is the light, because the light and the word is one and the same or whatever. But I was saying how I forgot what I was speaking about, but I was trying to whatever I was speaking about, I was saying that and whatever it was referring to the one what I was saying. What the fuck was I was talking about? That was breaking the word down or something. I can't remember. But what I was saying was a reference to us being all connected or whatnot. But I was breaking it down. I was probably about 2 or 3 videos ago. But when I was breaking it down, the breakdown when I was saying like is refers to the inner. When I was saying it was referring to the inner light, and we are all connected through the inner light. So we might not be physically stuck to touch it, but it's the inner light that connects everything. So I was talking about the oneness of the all in all of everything being one or whatnot. But within that breakdown, I was saying that that word is a reference to that. It was make that's what it was. I was talking about empathy. The word E-M. I'm saying empathy is putting yourself in somebody's shoes or having empathy is when you put yourself in somebody else's shoes and to understand or feel what they're going through, to have a better understanding of what they're going through, right? The M, I'll say how M meant like, or because that's why I bring out symbols. I was like sim. You look at the word sim, symbol, same, because a symbol is something that represents another thing that that is like it or whatever, right? So I was trying to show how the sim and the when you put yourself in somebody else's shoes, you're putting yourself in their shoes to see what it is like, or how y'all are like, or how are you to understand what they're going through, which is a form of oneness or whatnot or whatever. But empathy, sim being the same or a like, path, empath, sharing the same path or putting yourself in somebody's shoes to see what it's like to be on their path or whatever. But it's a couple videos back, right? That was my own breakdown though. I didn't get that from nowhere. But watch this shit. Book of Coming Forth by Day. Well, you call it the Book of the Dead, whatever. But it's really the Book of Coming Forth by Day. That's a, they don't know what the fuck they took. That's, they just called it that because they found it in tombs. But the shit that the actual book consists of is, yeah, Kimmy called the Book of Coming Forth by Day. But dig this. You got this is giving a breakdown of Nefertim. Nefertimu was the son of Sekhmet or Baz, that's the cat. And he personified some form of the sun's heat. Like I was telling you, Baz, sexual energy, sexual passion. He is usually depicted in the form of a man with a cluster of lotus flowers upon his head. But sometimes he has the head of a lion and the little finances figures of him, which are so common. He stands up on the back of a lion. He no doubt represents the sun god in the legend which made him to burst from a lotus. For in the pyramid of Unis, the king is said to rise like Nefertim from the lotus to the nostrils of Ra and come forth from the horizon of every day. Now I'm gonna show you something. But see, the way this guy, you got to rise like the Nefertim from the lotus. That's the part that's written in English. Now, okay, the M to rise like Nefertim. Rise, so like translated into Kemet the Kemetic language is EM. Right? Like I bumped into this about a day after I broke down, did the empathy breakdown, right? But I'll show it to you. That's from, this means from too, but like, and that's the M. And that's the owl. The owl in Kemet is the M. Now don't confuse, see, this is where we have to take back our shit. It's not about no fuckboyism. Now that M, that owl is, okay, I can't remember why I read it, but it said, you would know, in so many words, it said, you would know the fucked up wicked ones, or whatever you want to call it, the unrighteous, by the symbols. Now, you got to be careful with that, because when they say that, these same symbols are owl symbols, a lot of them, so the problem is, when they say you would know about these symbols, I can't remember why I read that or where I got that from, but their symbols are actually our symbols, but you would know about the symbols because they took our shit from us. But they just perverted it, or they do perverted shit under the cloak of these symbols or whatever. So the owl, pay attention to what I'm telling you. And stop praising fuck boys. The owl right there. Now you have a group called the Bohemian Grove. Now these motherfuckers are notorious for eating people. Their symbol is the owl. Now, is the owl bad? No. I should show you what the fucking owl was. It was in Egypt or Kemet. It's the M. It's a symbol for M or whatever. Now, these are people that are of the synagogue of Satan. Those who say they're Jews but are not Jews. They eat people and they eat niggas. The symbol is an owl. So I'm telling you this so when you get on your journey and you see shit, or you might see some nigga who don't know much doing a video. And he might say, the owl, it's a god called Moloch. First and foremost, even that name, Moloch, is actually Moloch, take the L, turn into an R, Morocco, the Ak is this. This is the Ak. All the shit, Samok, the Ak. But the Ak is more so when it's the pyramid or whatever, the AKH. But anyway, the Morach, or you can Morach or Morash, Moorish, Moroch, Morash. You can look at it as Morach, it's a Morach, or you can look at it like the Peter Morach, or the Morash, so Moorish. This is all I was saying. But see, it's so fucked up now. If I put on a fucking owl shirt and I come down the street and then there's another nigga who studied who been studying their conspiracies and shit, and he don't know this our shit, he'll be like, oh, he's down with some Bohemian Grove guys. It's like, no, this is our shit. We're taking it back. It's our shit. It isn't nothing to do with those guys really. They just took our shit. But no, these people eat people. They eat people. They worship a big fuck. They eat babies to be particular. And they worship a fucking giant owl. Is the owl bad? No. Does that mean owl's evil? No. These people are fucked up. They prefer the symbolism. So, think about that. Just think about it. I'm gonna let you think about that for a minute. Moloch. I'm gonna have to get some more information on the Moloch thing too. Because there'd be a lot of shit, like, I think Moloch is considered evil or some shit, but a lot of shit, that's like people say Baal is an evil god, but really the word Ba means soul, Al means star, B-A is soul, A-L means star. But then you hear a lot of people say, that's that Baalism, Baal is the evil devil, and it's like, you know what I mean, soul star. You niggas be on some shit sometimes, you gotta go a little deeper, man. You know, you gotta go a little deeper than this. You know, with that owl. The owl. Yeah, man. Yeah. So, yeah. But anyway, I want to read something else to y'all too. I want to go back to that Peter thing. What we do with the Philadelphia? Yeah. But I was saying about the empathy thing. Empathy, putting yourself in somebody's shoes to see what it is to be like. How does it feel? What feeling like them is like, or like them, like M. Or you could get it as you the first words uttered. I was saying how I refer to the oneness, and to be one is to realize basically recognize that we are connected. That's the trick. The more you can, the object of the game is we are trained through society and the people that run this shit, or the so-called powers that be, whatever you want to call them. We are victims of divide and conquer mentality. All of them, not just niggas, people. The mere fact that you got white people that feel like they better than black people, they don't need to fuck with black people, and or even niggas, Africans come over here, they get paid not to fuck with you. Come over here, they load them up. Don't fuck with them niggas though. They ain't them niggas, people over here, they are some bullshit people. And they show these people movies like Menace to Society and shit, and use that as an example to tell them, hey, don't fuck with them. Because they gonna load them up with the money, but they don't want them to help you. So as long as they can indoctrinate them with white supremacy, and keep you away from them, because they don't want their money being used to fund the heart of this shit, which is the niggas here in America, hood, the ghetto niggas, to be exact, American niggas. We all one, but we are the cream of the crop when it comes to the rise. Yeah, the lowly niggas, the niggas you look at as lowly in America, the fucking street dudes, the prostitute, the fucking dope dealers, when niggas wake up and realize the fuck going on and shit. And I want to talk about this too. You know what I found interesting? Okay, cheese, right? When crack became a big hit, that was back in the game when it was handing niggas out welfare and government cheese, right? So one might ask, you never heard a nigga say government bread, or you hear about welfare overall, but government cheese was a thing of its own. Like you never, what made them just give me this government cheese? Now I told y'all this already. That was a part of the making you sick, think you are sicker than you really are thing. Get them niggas that cheese. The cheese is gonna build up the mucus. The mucus is gonna bring them to the hospitals and the doctors, and then we can hit them with some fake fucking disease. Why I keep on having a runny nose? Well, you have AIDS. That ain't even the fucking case. AIDS don't even exist. Believe that shit. For real though. That's why they was giving niggas the cheese and shit. That's why they was telling you milk does the body good. That's why they was showing fucking sitcoms where niggas was drinking milk for dinner. I still can't get the fuck. I tell you, bro, I knew that was some weird shit when I was growing up. I was like, man, that's no match. Like I could see it in the morning with some pancakes and shit or whatever, but I'm looking at this shit. I'm like, this shit don't match. Hamburger and milk. Who does that? It just didn't. Something just didn't sit right. Nah, they didn't have to milk does your body good commercials and shit. Yeah, you're big strong and get your bones right. Shit. They was really laying it on heavy, bro. Now, crazy thing about this shit is, we was calling in Houston, we called crack cheese. At one point, when I grew up, started getting to the streets, that's what it was called. Crack was called cheese. Got some cheese. One, it looked like cheese. You know, you little blocks of yellow blocks and shit, or whatnot. So maybe that was why we called it cheese or whatever. But all that shit go together. The government cheese, crack, AIDS. That was the thing. I just thought that was interesting. I was like, damn, we used to call crack cheese. And then you have one be thinking, like, why the fuck they giving everybody government cheese? Like, what was the thing about that cheese in particular? You hear about government cheese and everything else. It was just like welfare, food stamps, shit or whatever. And you just go get whatever you want. That was a part of the thing, too. Not saying it didn't help a lot of motherfuckers. Don't get me wrong. Welfare shit did get motherfuckers through. So it's a double. You got to look at both sides of the game and shit. But at the same time, a lot of this shit was going. I said I'm on some reducer shit. Like I'm on some sacrifice. I'm starting to sacrifice milk, love cheese, but dairy cheese. This shit is not my thing. I'm not fucking with dairy no more. Once you get a goddamn a whiff of that, just walking around out your nose and shit, snotty and shit, and having to blow your nose all the time, it just feels better. That shit is not worth it. I've identified that is the fucking problem. Even eggs and shit. I was gonna eat some eggs this morning. I was like, I think eggs do the shit too. I don't want the shit. Fuck that. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was lying today. They can have that shit. Each his own though. I just have to do, and really, I miss eating like macaroni and shit, but and not really, because you can still make cheese. Just use fucking almond milk or oat milk or some shit like that, and still have the cheese and shit. That's why it's a little more expensive. But when I want to focus on cheese, I'm gonna have to do the vegan cheese shit or the cheese made with oat milk or some shit or whatever. Cause the dairy shit is fucking us up. That's where the congestion comes from. That's why all that blowing your nose and shit. And if you ever wanted to stop having those problems, stop eating fucking dairy and shit. Stop eating that shit. This is on you though. Like I said, it's hard. It ain't gonna be like I say. Nigga, it took me years I stopped drinking milk. It took me years to catch on, but then I stopped drinking milk about 5 years ago, or at least dairy milk. And shit, nigga, I'm just now really getting off of dairy cheese, like thoroughly about had some recently, so but just really just put my foot down in towards not eating shit. And I'm like, really about to say, like, let me just say about 6 months ago. It been on my mind though. Well, I thought I could get away with it. Shit, I ain't gonna lie. I was thinking, well, look, milk is fucked up. I stopped there. I'll eat a little cheese. I'll be alright. That shit ain't, fuck all that shit. It ain't worth it, man. Yeah, I can't do the nose running and shit no more. Steady having to constantly blow my nose and shit. I can't do that shit, bro. And like I said, my body is more sensitive to it now. But I just thought that was interesting how we used to call crack cheese or whatever. Well, yeah. So, yeah, man. I want to read one more thing. Let me see. I'm gonna go back to Peter real quick. Man, I know I forgot something. It just be so. That's why I need I need another computer, man. But let me. Should I go ahead and do that one? I'm gonna read out of this one. Oh, there was something else I didn't get to in that last video. Where is that? Where is that, man? Let me pause it. All right, now I found it. Let me see. And this goes back to dealing with the Joseph thing too. Because Sif means son. Like I said, Joseph, Io is really Io Sif is the son. Or you get Io Sif, that'd be, you take the I and put a J, that'd be Joseph, which would be the Io son or the Jew son. This is now, as may be seen, the name Ptah was rendered by Pet in the Greek name of Petsukis for the Ptah, or Petasuki for Ptah of crocodiles, and Joseph equals Petasif, which is Peter's son. Sif means son, Peter's son. Where my guy go out at? Was he at the Peterson Museum, if I'm not mistaken? See how this shit is all tied together? Peter's son. This just make him doing his own thing. It is unfolding. I just bumped into this. Well, I've been reading this whole book, but the Peter thing came up, and then I just snapped to this. Well, that's what it was. I just snapped to the fact I've been doing all the work on the Peter for the last couple of days. Pause. Actually, kind of, I think it's a pause moment, but it's the work on the Peter. Pause. Yeah, man, I might pick a pepper like Peter, but I'll never take a peek at another man's pecker. You bitch ass nigga. But yeah. I just snapped it, I think, yesterday evening or the night before last. I said, look, because I'm doing the East and West, and so hold on. This nigga Big died in the Peter. That's how they channel it come through. I said, that nigga Big died at the Peterson Museum. And here I am talking all this Peter shit. Yeah, but Petersif in Egyptian is the Sif, or son, Iu Sif, while Petersif is the son of Ptah, which he was as Iu Sif or Ptah in the Egyptian divine dynasty. Petersif is Iu, the son of Ptah, was the divine scribe and person who was portrayed in the character with the papyrus rolled up on his knee and the cap of wisdom on his head. And I seen that. I seen the actual. That's what the whole. That's why you see Jews and the Pope wearing caps on their head and shit, because it comes from us. That was shit. The keys of the back, or you see the keys on the back of the papal Roman, the Pope shit. That ain't nothing but. Man, what the fuck this should be going so fucking back? This shit here is crazy, bro. When the fuck did I do that? Okay, there you go. be high checking myself out all day. These over keys ain't none of the keys and shit. The 2 keys you see right here. The 2 keys. Key. That's where that shit comes from. All our shit. They don't say you're known by these symbols. You gotta take it like you see some niggas breaking your shit. Or a nigga jack you for your jewelry or some shit. And the nigga come say, man, I know. A nigga come say, I know them niggas be kicking that. You don't know who done it, but I just know what some niggas that probably, you pull up to wherever that is, and you see some nigga with your shit on, you gonna jump out and get your shit back. So this is the same shit. It's all shit. It ain't no, oh, that's theirs and it's evil. No, it's your shit. Take it back. Hell, this is how you do it. So, just like that M. Give me that. It's not yours. You're preferring it. You're making it look bad. So, there's more where they come from, son. Peterson is the IU son of Ptah, was a divine scribe and person who portrayed the character with the papyrus roll up on his knee and the cap of wisdom on his head. And I actually seen one of the Egyptian statues of Ptah. I guess it's the more famous one or something like that, but I saw it at the King Tut exhibit when I went back in 2012, I think, or 2011 or something like that. But the fact of, no, I think it was 2012, if I'm not mistaken. The fact of Joseph being the son of Ptah, or Ptah the character of the divine son, was certainly not derived from the biblical history of the Jews, but it was derived by Josephus from an unimpeachable Egyptian authority, vis-a-vis that of Charmin. I remind me of my grandma. Her name is Jarman. I think one of her last name was John. I think there was somebody's name she had married. But thus, I use the self of Ptah with Moses is equivalent to the youthful solar guard with Shu honor, who is in the Exodus from the Lord Egypt of Mentor. Of course, Joseph and Moses could not be contemporaries as historical characters according to the book of Exodus, but they could as mythical divinities. And when Moses and Joseph are restored to the proper position as deities, there needs to be no difficulty about the dates. So I say that's where they fuck you up at, have you thinking all this shit is historical and it actually happened. Well, it was 1845. Well, it was no, this is mythical shit, spiritual shit. It ain't no fucking historical characters and shit. But they say Moses is based off of, well, a lot of his shit is based off of Akhenaten. Like I said, you can find, cause remember the Bible is put together by some fucking men. So of course they have certain they might have sprinkled little shit that actually happened back in the game, some folk, but the actual overall, this shit is not no historical shit. You sitting there thinking some motherfuckers part of the sea and shit some niggas went through. I showed you what the shit really is. That ain't nothing but I showed you what the look. I'm just taking you to church Sunday. I'm gonna hold that. As God, they could be contemporary. Joseph is a typical dreamer and diviner in his youth. And if Ayu the sixth of Adam Ra be not an interpretive dream, he was the revealer of the future by means of dreams. One of the Ptolemaic tablets records the fulfillment of the promise that was made in a dream by the god Pasha Rinpotar. Pasha, that's some Indian shit too, but that's Egyptian Ptah. Concerning the birth of the son, this would be ground enough for the inspired writer to go up on in establishing the character sign of Joseph as the dreamer and the interpreter of dreams. The dream of the sun, moon, and the 11 stars making obeisance to Joseph. Obeisance means like bowing. Shows the astronomical relationship of the 12 to the signs of the zodiac. Actually, basically telling on my meeting what I just did with you. The dream of the sun being created is all this shit I've been showing you guys. Thank me later. So now, we'll stop right there, man. I'll come back and kick it a little bit more later, but something to think about for right now. So y'all hold on to your hats. Peace.